The idea for this first project came about when I was looking at a Maker's Studio stencils, and I just loved this one. I love all kinds of cutting boards, breadboards, and I thought this was gorgeous. However, it was $25 because it's a reusable stencil. I guess that's why it was so expensive. And it's also a 12 by 12. And the cutting board that I found at Big Lots was not that large. It was only 10 by 10. So I had to come up with a different plan if I wanted to use this scripture. So here's what I did. I looked on Etsy and found this download, an SVG download of wheat. And although it is extremely gorgeous, I want to tell you, the weeding of this thing was a bit of a nightmare. But I loved it so much that I was patient with it, and I created the rest of the stencil just in my Cricut using different fonts for the lettering. So I'll let you watch. Although this color wash was pretty and it was good as a base, I still wanted to add some dry brushing on the top. I need it to be a lighter finish because I'm going to be applying a stencil on the top to go with the faux apple pie I made in a recent video. Well, this is going to be the apple pie quote-unquote recipe. So I'm going to use 3 colors. First, I am mixing a color that I would consider to be maybe pie crust color. And then I will use a lighter caramel color and a vintage white. And what you'll see me do is use a very old yucky chip brush to create this dry brush look. And it's very important if you're doing this and you're layering colors that you make sure that you use a heat gun or a blow dryer in between your layers so that they don't smear. You may have noticed earlier me trying to peel that paper layer that was on the front of the sign with all the little glitter and stuff on it. Well, no, that was not worth the effort. So I used the back as the front, but I need to do something about the back. So I decided to use scrapbook paper, which I got from Hobby Lobby, kind of their fall issue. But you see there, the paper's not long enough, so I've got to figure out something. So I used a coordinating paper for the handle, and after I get all this cut out, I'm going to show you a unique way to quote-unquote decoupage this paper onto a wood surface that is so easy and perfectly smooth. Not one bubble will you get if you use this method. Going back to Etsy, this is the SVG that I found that I liked, and I will link it as well as the one for the wreath at the project number 1. I'll link those in the description box below. Although these signs from the Dollar Tree were very cute, they're pretty flimsy. I mean, they're just lightweight particle board, very thin particle board, and they look a little stark white. So, 2 things. You gotta have a hubby unless you're talented enough to make a little frame for them. But also, I wanted to kind of antique the edges, make them look a little bit more vintage. So, really, that's all there is to this little project. I'll let you watch and see what I did.